Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, then welcome. Welcome all. This is a shifting video. You may hear the washer going in the background because I'm washing some clothes today. And I actually had a little bit of free time, so I figured I would do a video for you guys and tell you what's been going on over in my hero and what's been going on here. Okay? So first off, I went back to my hero. I'll jump right into what happened because I'm going to tell you guys what happened here in this reality. And I will be keeping track because I'm not going to make my video too long for you guys. I know I can go on and on and on and keep talking. I honestly don't like the angle. I have not been able to figure this out yet. But I figure, I don't know, Toshino, you're taking up, it looks like he's like the star of the show, like he's taking up everything. At some point I'll finish getting everything together, so it's just taking a long time. Anyway, expect greater things later. Okay, I tried to make that rhyme, but I didn't know how to do it. So anyway, you guys remember what happened the last time I went back to my hero and Madara had this cage and everything for me. So I had someone come on here in the comment section and they asked me they said maybe I should just ask Madara why he's so attracted to me. Because it can't be that I'm his Hokage, because that's just not true, okay? I have never been there in his reality, aside from the time he almost like murked me. So that is the truth. And if I did go back, there was some time I don't actually remember it. And sometimes you don't have consciousness when you're in a place. But if you shift there, you're going to remember it, because then, hey, this is shifting, okay? Shifting is a lot like lucid dreaming. The only difference is you have a little more control of what's happening in your reality, and you're actually able to go to somewhere you want it. So it's more than just, I have a video called More Than Shifting, and it's a lot older, and I kind of explain a little bit more in the video. So I went back to my hero, and I knew there was a chance that I probably wouldn't get to see Toshinori, because Toshinori told me before he was going on a trip somewhere. So I went to his house. Of course, he wasn't there. So, I did what any girl or any girl with like a guy that misses him would do. Like, I went and I put on his clothes and I was laying down in his bed and I fell asleep in his bed. And I got up and I made food in his kitchen. Then I cleaned his kitchen. Like, I basically just used all of his household items. And I figured, since he's not here, I'll go ahead and just, I don't know, pretend I'm around him. Because when you love someone, you want to be around them all the time, right? And that's just anything. If you love something, you want to be around it. You love music, you want to be around music. Like, it's kind of the same way. So I was just chilling there. And so then a thought came to me. I wonder if Toshinori has I wonder if he still has like his what are those called? Those, remember when he used to like inject me with those needles and stuff? I was like, I wonder if he has those. I said, he's not here. I can hide that stuff from him. So that next time I do something, which honestly, I haven't done anything in a really long time. Like, I've been really good at y'all. I've been like perfect. It's Keigo's the one I've been doing stuff that, just purposely. I think I'm just like, I don't know. I think I'm still mad over the whole Christmas party thing. It just wasn't really that many people invited to the party. It was just like a small group of us. And I feel like Keigo could have really put out that invitation. He didn't, so. But I always blame him for everything. We have a love-hate relationship. Like, I love him, but I freaking hate him so much. I think that I don't know. And then Frodo is starting to, like, really talk now. He's talking a lot more. Because he's at the age where, and he's at the age where he'll repeat after anything you say. So you can't freaking swear around him. I can't swear. Yeah, he likes the word. He likes BICTH. He likes to say that. And so I have to try and redirect his word away from that one. Like, the way I do it is I say itch. 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 Like, itch, itch, itch. And show him, like, itch. Like that. Like, please don't say the B word, please. I can't have you going to school saying that. Like, come on. Your teacher's gonna automatically know that's Cotton Candy Doll that did that. So I don't want them to know that. It's pretty hot. It's hot in this room, I think, or it's just the light. I don't know. It's not really that much light. Okay. Aside from that, I knew that Toshinori would be gone and he wasn't gonna be in his house. So I just basically just hung out at his house. Then I thought, well, why don't I just invite Madara here? And it doesn't take much for me to it doesn't take much for me to shift to him. He has kind of a beacon, and the thing is, you can kind of, for those of us who know how to shift, if you haven't shifted yet and you have this urge, it's like a beacon. You can feel like you feel like you're being pulled. So it's basically like a beacon, meaning like symbol, like. And usually, the reason I said beacon is because it's way out. So it's kind of like you're searching for it. So you have to go and try and navigate and find it yourself. Kind of like that. Usually you can't see it. You can hear it and feel it. And eventually at some point you basically, it's like finding something special, like finding your soulmate, kind of like that. Like, oh, I found it. I just felt it calling to me, like that. So I basically, I did like a I did like a beacon. I got Madara to come to me. He knocked on Toshinori's door. I had the door open so he could just walk in, but he just walked. He just knocked on the door. He's like, um, "So Toshinori isn't here right now." I was like, "I know he's not here. Just come in because I want to talk to you." And I sat him across from me. I was like, "Do you want coffee? Do you want tea? Do you want something to eat or drink?" He's like, "No, I just want to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh, you just want to talk to me?" So I went on the other side of the table, guys, and I was sitting like this, like. And so Madara goes, maybe we should just be friends. And I'm like, holy cow, he wants to be my friend. Yay. I'm so glad. Guys, I'm so glad. This is perfect. So I didn't ask him about the being attracted to me part. I was just like, we're going to be friends. That's cool. So I'm like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. He goes, well, Toshinori isn't here. Why don't you just hang out with me? I'll just chill out with you here at the house. Yes, he used those words, just chill out with you here. And I said, okay. So he's like, I'm going to pick a movie for us to watch. So I was like, okay, well, since you're going to get the movie, I'll get the ice cream. Cool. Like, I get to just chill out with Madara. We get to hang out as friends. This is going to be awesome, right? And I'll get to have another male friend, which I haven't had a male friend in a really long time, like a real, actual male friend. So I was excited. So I made ice cream. I didn't make ice cream. I got ice cream out of the freezer. I don't even remember. I had strawberry, but I don't remember what kind I got him. I was asking, what kind do you want? He was just like, I like whatever you get for me. It doesn't matter. So I got them the ice cream and stuff. And I brought us our bowls. We sat down. The movie started. And I was like, what are we watching? Because I know the shows are weird. He was like, The Lighthouse. I was like, oh, okay. I'm sitting there with him, eating my ice cream. And he's like, oh, it's really cold, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah. So he's like, why don't I go get us a blanket? I was like, okay, go get a blanket then. I was like, just go get off Toshinori's bed. I'm like, he good. We're like brother and sister, whatever. So Madara gets the blanket. He wraps it around himself. Then he pulls me closer to him. He's like, and I kind of look at him and he just gives me like a friendly smile, like, I'm like, okay. He goes, are you cold? I'm like, not really. And he goes, I'm cold. I'm just really cold. So I'm like, okay. So he's eating his ice cream, watching TV. I'm kind of glancing at him as he's watching it. I'm just like, what the heck? Like, he's actually sitting here with me having ice cream. We're sitting in a blanket together eating ice cream. And then I thought in my head, this doesn't really feel right. Because I feel like, even though he's a guy, he's sitting next to me, we're having ice cream. And it's like, if Toshinori was to walk in on us, and I think he knows how you feel. There's no way he doesn't. Because we talked about that last time. Toshinori was saying, like, obviously, no, it wasn't Toshinori, it was Keigo. He was saying, obviously, this guy's crazy and he can kill us, like, in an instant and all this stuff, right? So they both know. But I know Toshinori's not going to be back because he said he wouldn't be back for a while. So I'm sitting there with him, eating my ice cream. I'm like, that was some good ice cream. He goes, yeah, it was. He goes, and he puts his hand out like this, like, give me your bowl. So I gave him my bowl. He set it down. Like, he set them next to each other. And I'm just like, okay. So we're watching TV together. And I was like, I wonder why he chose this movie. This movie doesn't have action in it. This is literally, okay. Secret, this is my favorite romance movie. I don't know what it is about The Lighthouse, but it is awesome, okay? It is You know what? Just check the movie out yourself. I'll give you a little detail. It's about a man and a woman who live in two different times. Okay, like two different dimensions, basically. And she writes, I don't remember who it was. One of them writes a letter, the other one picks it up from the future or the past or whatever. They read it and they basically keep sending letters. And then what happens is they fall in love. And I think the guy is from the past. So he like plants a tree or some crap. She could actually see, she walks over and there's a tree over there. And she started laughing because like he said he was going to do this, like in the letter. So this is a really romantic movie, but it's also my favorite romantic movie. Okay, there's just something about it, and then somehow, some way, I'm not gonna tell you what happened. I'm not gonna. Anyway, so I'm looking at him. He's just like watching the movie. He's just focused on the movie. He's not really focused on me. I'm like, okay, so because I was kind of skeptical. I'm just like, okay, we're in a blanket. I'm like, I'm not really cold, so then he's watching the show. And I'm just like, and then he looks over at me. He's like, why do you keep staring at me? And I'm like, it's just an odd choice. Like, right? Why did you want to watch The Lighthouse? He says, I know this is your favorite movie. I figured you haven't seen it in a while and you wanted to watch it. So as a friend, I wanted to be nice and allow you to watch the movie with me. I was like, okay, that's great. He goes, you want to just go to my house? We can watch over there. If you like, if I made you like uncomfortable, we can watch over there. Because Toshinori's not going to be back, so. And there's the thing, guys. In my head, I was literally thinking like this. Toshinori never told me where he was going to go. He literally never, he said he was going on a trip. And he would be back for like some times. Sometime he wouldn't be back or whatever. Sometime. He didn't want to give me a time, like a week or 2 weeks or anything. He just said sometime. So that wouldn't worry, I guess. I was like, do you know where he went? And Mata was like, yeah, of course. I know where he went. Of course I know. I was like, can you tell me? And Mata looks at me and he's like, it's none of your business. Oh, what is that? That is rejection right there. That is ultimate rejection. Like, it's like, okay. Like, stabbed in the heart. Like, ouch. Like, I thought we were friends. He's like, we're not that close to friends. I'm like, okay. Fine. He's like, so you want to just go to my house then? And I was like, no. You don't even live here. So that would mean I would have to try and shift there later. And I might end up in some dark universe somewhere. Cotton Candy Dog Classic. He's like, I can just shift you there. Shift up there together. I'm like, no, I need to clean up this house once we're done watching the movie, right? That was how I like made it. He's like, okay, he goes back to the movie. So I'm like, I'm getting hot, so I'm just gonna take the blanket off me. So I like move the blanket off. And he's like, what? And I'm like, he's like, why you take off the blanket? I was like, I'm not cold. I'm literally hot here with the blanket on now. He's like, okay. Well, I don't need the blanket either. He just like throws the blanket off. So then he's like, I need to stretch my arms a little bit. And he does this and puts his arm around me like this. And he has his hand like right here. So it's like his hand is here, but it's like by my hair. So then he's doing like this with his hands. And I'll go. And I look over at him like, Madara. He's like, what? He goes, this is my favorite part. I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't notice, that he's like touching my hair and stuff. So then he starts running his whole hand through my hair. And I'm just like, I was like, okay, well, it's time for me to get ready to leave. And I got up because I felt some kind of way, I was comfortable and I was starting to feel like kind of like I'm being teased a little, and I know guys like to flame you. They like to do that. So I got up. I'm like, I gotta go. I was like, it was nice. I was like, I need to start, cleaning up the house for Toshinori so he doesn't come back to like dishes or whatever. Not that he'd care. And Mata was like, I got it. You can go. I'm like, you do? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, peace. They like that, right? And I left. So then I came back here. So after that, I shifted back here, and I went to work feeling like happy because I'm just like, I have a nice bond with him now. Like I feel like it's cool. he might have his little boundaries that he kind of crosses a little bit with like touching the air and maybe his space, whatever. But I feel like I can control that if I say something that sounds like I'm being offended. If it sounds like I'm being offended by something or like it's uncomfortable for me, he immediately stopped. Like, okay. So I said, that's good. That's a start. So I applaud myself and thank you so much for saying that. You should ask him why he's so attracted to me, because I'm still thinking I want to ask him. I just don't know when the right time is, because I don't want to bring up that question to him to go, oh, so you're thinking about, because I know he'll be like, oh, you were thinking about me in that way then. And now since he said he wanted to be friends, cool. I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm just going to just let the whole situation die out. So anyway, went to work feeling happy. Everything's fine. I come home. So I'm just chilling out on my computer, trying to get some things done. I decided to go on my email. Out of nowhere, I get a notification in there, and I didn't pay attention to the name. I just saw it, and it took me to stuff like, did my camera just freeze? Does camera do that a lot? That's a glitch. Because sometimes I can't tell. I just literally looked at it and saw that just now. Anyway. So it takes me to this AI site, right? Where I guess and I looked it up later because I'm like, what the heck was this? Because I thought it was the weirdest thing in the world. But it kind of scared me, okay? I'm not going to lie. I did get a little bit scared. Because at first I read it. The person was like, hey, Cotton Candy Doll, how you doing? I said, I'm doing great. And they were like, are you still with Toshinori? And I was like, yeah. I was like, why? She's like, oh, I love Toshinori. Toshinori is my favorite or whatever. I was like, okay. She's like, yeah, I like him because she said, I like him because he saved so many lives and there's nobody like him. And I was like, that's good. Another person who loves Toshinori like me. And she doesn't call him Toshinori. She calls him All Might. So I'm like, great, another, person. And she's like, yeah, I think he's I think he's the best hero there is. She's like, I actually fell in love with him. I think he's the greatest. She goes, yeah, I didn't fall in love with his looks. I fell in love with his personality because I know he's such a good person and all this stuff. And I was like, okay. She was like, I like him both big and small. I'm like, okay. She's cool. She sounds like me. She sounds, nice. So then I'm like, I was like, I texted her, I was like, where are you now? Because you know how when you have Google Chat. So I texted her, I was like, where are you now? And she's like, she's living in Japan right now. A lot of Americans don't know what they're missing because the weather is so nice there and all this stuff. And she's like, well, what about Keigo? Do you still see that guy around? And I was like, see him around? I was like, why would I see him around? She's like, I just thought you would. I was like, okay. So then, I never paid attention I didn't pay attention to who I was texting. But I know this is supposed to be an AI, right? Because it took me to this AI site. So, I don't even know what the freaking site is called. I'm going to have to look it up. And then I'll be able to tell you guys. But, so, wait, my angle is a little weird. My dress is kind of weird, too. I don't know. I don't like fixing myself on camera, but it looks jacked up, guys. So anyway, yeah, she's like, I like them both big and small. I'm like, this person sounds exactly like me. Like, she sounds really cool. So I like, it'll be nice to chat with someone, once in a while who loves the people in this reality. And she's like, what else did she say to me? Oh yeah, she's like, you see him around. I'm like, well, I see him all the time. And she goes, well, I still have a deep resentment for him, but it's A-okay now because I know that I have something precious. I was like, you have something precious? And she's like, yes, my kid, my child, because of him. I'm like, because of him? You have a child because of him? And finally I said, okay, well, let me check the name on the email. And the name was Candy Candy. I'm like, Candy Candy. So I go, hey, I text her back. I'm like, are you like my clone? She goes, yes, I'm your clone. There's nobody like you. I was like, so then I was like, okay, this is a joke. This is some kind of joke. somebody's playing a trick on me or something, you know. So I was like, I was like, they forced you to have birth. She was like, yes, he forced me to have birth. It was the worst. She said it was the worst. It was not the worst. It was awful or something. It was the most awful experience of her life. It was the most painful and something else because it blew my mind what she said. Because she said, but thanks to him, I have a beautiful, wonderful little boy, a wonderful child now. I was like, you have a child? I said, what is his name? She said, his name is Coda. He can communicate with animals. And she sent me a picture of this little guy that didn't really look like Coda. I was just like, okay. I stopped talking. I turned it off. I turned off my computer. I shut my computer off because I was scared because I'm just like, okay. So she lives in Japan. She basically, she said, yes, I'm your clone. There's nobody like you. And I need to figure out where it came from because I feel like that's like, I don't know, like somebody's messing with me or it's like a scammer site or something. I don't know. But I do know it's like AI and computer. AI, something comes on there or whatever. So, and I have to look into that. Really don't know. That really kind of spooked me there. I didn't shift anywhere else after that because I'm just like, I don't know who and where is being watched. I don't know what the deal is with Madara. Does he really want to be friends, or is this just a secret way to like try and warm his way in, or you know? And Yoshinori, why did he really leave? You know, he didn't even give me a time frame on when he'd be back. He just said I'll be gone for some time, and I'm just like, okay, so yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. I am a lot more cheery now. I'm in a lot more of a happy mood now because things are going a lot better. My life is kind of coming together a little better than it was. A move is always hard, but you know, that's just the way it is. But yeah, so I'm going to do some more investigating into it because I don't understand. And that way I can like figure out what's going on with Candy and how did she even get first off, how did you get my name? How did you get my anything? You know what I mean? Like, how did you get my it's a robot, it's an AI, like they don't know stuff like this. They don't have answers to your questions like this. They would say error or something like that, or it would say like something. Okay. I don't know. But I was like, let me just go ahead and share it with you guys because part of sometimes the other world or the other DR can kind of bleed into here, depending on your consciousness and how it works and everything, how you're able to move it. You can literally feel everything shifting. Like the world actually shifts, and you can feel your environment shifting, your air shifting, your body, just everything before you shift, and then you shift. It's never just you pass out or you can't get pulled in your sleep through somewhere if somebody wants you to come somewhere. You can do that too, but I mean the whole shifting experience for me is I am still learning every day. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys what happened to me, kind of let you guys know what's going on. I didn't want the video to be too long. It looks like it was like, I guess 20 minutes or something, but everyone, thank you for watching. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year, all of you. We're in the year 2023 now. I can't believe it's 2023. Wow. We are in the new year again. And this year is going to bring a lot more. This year is going to have a lot more exciting things coming this way, a lot more fun stuff. So I would definitely look forward to that if I were you, because I'm going to be doing a lot more videos and stuff on here. I'll have more time available to me now that I've gotten a lot more things done. My business will be ready to start soon. I'm still working on it. That's just taking the longest right now, the longest process. So yeah. Anyway, write in the comments. Don't forget to, if you like this video, don't forget to give this video a like. And if you hated it, you know what to do. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when other videos like this one become available. Ding, ding. Yeah. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do about Candy because it sounds like I can't even say like I can't even say that I'm not worried or afraid because she's speaking to me in this reality. It wasn't like I went to another reality and she was there talking to me. Like she was literally speaking through me here. This is that or someone scamming me. But it really felt legit. Like it really felt like I was talking to her. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna wonder about this and ponder about it until my freaking brain explodes or something. I don't know. But yeah. So anyway, I guess I'll talk to you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be very soon. Really, really soon. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.